Yeah, my dad, he bought this print shop in 1969. This particular business started in 1921. He bought it when it was like 48 years old, and now we've owned it. Our family's owned it for the last 48 years, so it's 96 years old now. My dad's father was a printer, and since they grew up in a print shop environment like I did, all of my dad's brothers were also printers. But yeah, they've been part of the family for a long time. Our business is a traditional print shop that we do offset and letterpress printing. We have also expanded recently into digital printing, banners, just almost a little bit of everything. When I was a young boy, before 10 years old, that's what my dad did. That's what my uncles did. They were printers. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know very much about paper. And so when we came here, I was 10, going on 11 years old, and there's all this stuff. And it was kind of interesting to me that my dad's brothers had a print shop, but Dad always worked at a bigger printer. So when we came here and found out that Dad was going to buy this, it just like, wow, we have access to all this paper and all the tools and all the machines, and we're only 10 or 11 years old. What he said us about doing back in the back, we've got old drawers of hand-set type, and we learned to set up type, and I became really good at that. Throughout the years, we learned that skill, we've learned this skill, and we would print with things and make things for the community. And as offset become a bigger and bigger force in the market, then I learned offset and got new presses. So we've kept growing through the years. We find that interesting to go from old school to new school, because the new stuff helps bring everybody in. Now they do it on a computer. They created something, now they need 1,000 of them. Well, how do you do that? You can't do that off your inkjet printer at home. You got to have stuff like what we have. This one's always been special to me, but I just love how this works, especially when it became mine. It was like, I own a linotype. That's amazing. A Heidelberg Platen press, that was one of the first automated presses that I learned to run. And so I'm kind of partial to those two machines. The hand-fed press and the paper cutter could be from the 40s or the 50s. This one's from 1950, and Heidelberg's in 1960. So they're getting up there in age, but they still work because they've been taken care of very well. So the linotype, you make one line of type at a time, and that's what this machine does. And one line of type is, instead of all those individual characters, would be one at a time. So this is a lot easier to handle. But it's a neat machine to see. It's also a dangerous machine. There's hot lead in there, there's knives, there's all kinds of stuff that can hurt you. But it's fabulous to watch that do that. We still have even a dark room that we still shoot film. And a lot of people have gotten away from film and gone direct from the computer into a processor to make a plate to put on that press there. But we haven't done that. And we're one of the few that haven't. But once again, the technology can be very expensive to get into. So that works. Why would we change it? Well, we found that community service is not only a natural thing for me and my wife and my kids and our whole family. It's just that there are so many needs that the community has, and printing is involved with a lot of those, because they're going to need, if they're having a community event, they may need tickets or posters or some donation. Maybe they need 10,000 raffle tickets, and that might be something that we could provide for them. It's how we've made our living. So we found that community service goes right hand in hand with what we do. I find it a really helping business. We help the community communicate, not just do printing. We're really in the communication business anymore. My dad always said that if I knew a printing skill, that I could have a job for life and be able to go about anywhere I wanted to go and always have a job. So luckily, I've always had one here. This is a really interesting business. Every day is different here, every day. Yeah, we just kind of do it all. Hence, that's our name. Complete Printing Service is our name. We do a little bit of everything.